In this video, I'm going to talk about two of the most critical mistakes that I still see guys make today. Hi, Shark Game coming at you with another video from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, and before I get into the topic, if this is your first time here, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, share this video, click the little bell below, that way once I upload a new video, you won't miss out on all the fun. And check out my Patreon as well, which can be found below this video. So, this video is dedicated to a long-time subscriber that's been following me for a long time, and he wanted to know some critical mistakes that I see a lot of guys make, and these mistakes I've also made as well. I've made a lot of these mistakes that I talk about in video and on my blog all the time. So let's get into it. One of the most common mistakes that I see, I hear about it all the time. I don't necessarily see it. I hear about it all the time. People say stuff like, you should treat people like you want to be treated. You should treat people like you want to be treated. Every time I've heard that statement, I kind of cringe when I hear that statement. I kind of cringe. See, what the mistake with this statement, it implies that people know how they want to be treated. We assume that people should know how to treat us because they're over 18, they're an adult, they've been in relationships before, all kinds of illogical reasoning, all kind of assumptions. And this is why when people start doing things in a relationship or while they're dating and getting to know each other, they do things that maybe turn you off. They'll say something that offends you because they just didn't know. Unfortunately, they just don't know. They just didn't know that they shouldn't have said that or they shouldn't have did that. I know a lot of women, well, he's 40 years old, he should know. A lot of guys, women assume things all the time. Guys assume things as well. Not as much as women, though. A better strategy to take is this. You should teach women how to treat you. You should teach women how to treat you. Because the last guy she was with, that was the last guy. You don't know what went on with the last guy. You don't know how she was treating the last guy. So you should see, we have to teach people how to treat us. We have to teach people how to love us. We have to teach people how to do almost everything when you're in a relationship with them. That's just reality. I'm not saying everything, almost everything. See, we assume just because they come from a certain type of background, a certain type of family, a certain type of country, a certain type of culture, we assume that they're supposed to know. And that's a mistake that a lot of us make, unfortunately. So you have to teach people how to treat you, not assume that you know how they should treat you. I'm telling you, that's gonna burn you every time. Every time it's gonna burn you. And I've made this mistake when I was in my 20s, a lot. And as I got older, I just stopped assuming that people know how to do things until we have a conversation. Now, once we have a conversation about whatever it is, okay, then we can move forward. Now, every once in a while, yeah, you might have to circle around and have another conversation about it, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that, But to assume that someone knows what, or should I say, someone knows how you should be treated or how you want to be treated, that's a recipe for a disaster. And the next thing I would say is this, and this is a big one. This is a big one for the guys. You got to stop looking like a coward in front of women. Stop looking like a coward in front of women. And you know what I'm talking about if you're a guy. Because guys see this. Maybe you haven't been a coward in front of your woman, but you've seen a guy that's been a coward in front of his woman. I'll give you an example. I probably I'm gonna say about 10 years ago, about 9-10 years ago, I lent a dude some money. Nothing outrageous. Probably like $150. Nothing outrageous, I lent him $1.50, and if I lend you some money, I'm not gonna chase you, man. Because when I gave it to you, you knew that you had to give the money back, because we talked about it, right? So you didn't chase me down for the money, so I'm not gonna chase you down for it back in return. So he said, "Hey, I'll give you the money back in 2 weeks once I get paid." Because we work together. So we got paid the same time. And I knew where he lived. He was married and everything, right? And we hung around. We knew some of the same people. So what happened is when we got paid, which was a Friday, no money. I ain't got no money. So a week goes by, which was next Friday. He still ain't sending up with no money. So we working together now. We hanging out with people. I see him spend. We at the bar. He's spending money at the bar. It's like I'm spending money at the bar. And he's telling me he's going shopping. I'm like, you going shopping with $150, buddy? Then plus you spend money at the bar. Last night you spent at least $80. Man, so I'm not saying anything. I'm just observing, right? So, so this other dude that was a mutual friend was like, "Yo, man, my man gave you $150. I said, "Nah." He said, "Man, look, I'm gonna call him, see if he at home, and you can go across the street and talk to him." Because at the time when my man made the call, I knew where he stayed at. My man's house is across the street from his, like right across the street, like right across the road, in walking distance, right? And we saw when he went home with him and his wife. So my man called him just to, tell him that, hey, we coming over there or whatever, right? Even though we seen him going in the house. So he's like, all right, I'll be over here. 10 minutes later, we go over to his house. Knock on the door. This fool sent his wife to the door to say that he ain't home. This coward sent his wife to the door to tell us that he ain't home, even though we seen him go in the house and we called before we walked over there. See, the problem with this is when you put your woman in your lies and your coward business, she's not gonna respect you. You can't bounce back from that. You can't. If you let your woman see you being a coward like that, and you get her involved, you can't bounce back from that. There's no coming back from that. Sure, she'll stay with you. She'll lay up with you. Everything. She ain't gonna respect you. She ain't gonna think you're that dude. You can't bounce back from that. That coward act like that, you know. So he ended up giving me the money back because he needed a favor. That's how I got the money back. Because he needed a favor. And I was like, yo, man, you got my $1.50? You asking for favors and you ain't paid out your last one yet. So he's like, yeah, I got you, man. I know, man. Yeah, it's tight, man. My wife on me, man. I'm like, man, come on, man. Stop playing games. That's a very cowardly act. And that's just one example. I have numerous examples of guys displaying cowardly acts in front of their woman. You can't bounce back from that. So don't even go down that road. It's like, and your woman, she ain't gonna say nothing about it. But she, in the back of her mind, she's like, this fool, he ain't the one. He's just a coward. He's been reduced to the lowest of lows, lowest of the. So yeah, those are the two mistakes, man, that a lot of guys make. And the second one, man, being a coward, there's no coming back from that, man. Really. And don't assume anything when it comes to a woman treating you a certain type of way. It's going to burn you every time. Guaranteed. So hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Like it, share it. Check out my Patreon. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.